Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Rndr, FET and injective price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Rndr on the all-time history here, where we are looking at a zigzag wave A. Finished here this wave A in 3 waves, and we're looking for 3 waves down, of course, to finish a wave B. This wave B has to finish, of course, in 3 waves, and then, of course, we got a triangle here, A, B, C, D, E. And we're looking, of course, for another structure to finish, of course, at least here, a wave Y or a wave C, which it might be, of course, also a diagonal. And as you can see, of course, the FIB time is very required here, taken from the W or from the A to the X to the or to the B. And both have the same, of course, minimum requirement as FIB time, 0.618, which it might be until May or April. And this means, of course, we might still range here, and even for lower prices can be, of course, a little bit to reach even for a Rndr a 1-to-1 FIB level, possible $0.76. And that means right now for Rndr, of course, it can be in those two possibilities, whether we are ending a diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This wick, of course, is a little bit annoying, but yeah, at the end, it can be even a structure here as an A, B, and a C. The wave C is unfolding as well as an ending diagonal. Can be a truncation. It doesn't matter. What it matters here is the time. Yeah, so the time is the most important thing here. That it's gonna range for a longer time in this area, and then, of course, starting to push for something for higher for Rndr. That means, of course, yeah, we might drop for lower. It can go a little bit higher, and again, even one more low later on before we start to consider something bullish. Now, if we dive inside it, we can see clearly that this drop, where we might have here a potential diagonal in an impulse wave 1 or a wave A. Of course, it can be wave B and a wave C to finish wave Y, yeah, in WX and a Y. Which I doubt it. A little bit higher possibility is to be, of course, in A, B, and a C. The wave C is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. By all means, this wave 3 for diagonal 1, 2, 3 here is still unfolding as 1, 2, 1, 2. Wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Very likely to take the 1-to-1 FIB level at least even as an ABC in case we are looking for a wave Y. And that means, of course, we might still expect several drops here for Rndr until we reach, of course, a finished structure there as an impulse. So basically, once we finish this, it can, of course, rebound, get a little bit recovery, but we might, of course, drop again even for wave 5 for a new low, which, of course, because the timing, of course, required for this area is still required here, at least the 0.618. Yeah, so we might still reach, of course, even in a bigger picture, the $0.76 for Rndr. Yep, so these are the possibilities currently we see. Of course, on the 15-minute chart as well, we see a lot of weakness. We didn't saw any kind of continuity here for an impulse. It is definitely, of course, a corrective wave there. A zigzag, A, B, and a C potentially finish. The wave C is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very short wave 4 even. And then start, of course, to show up a lot of weakness. So 3 waves up here, corrective, and we push for lower. So definitely we are continuing here an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a new low, guys. Okay. Yep, so this is regarding Rndr as highest possibility. For FET, we are looking also at the all-time history here. For FET, all-time history is a 3 ways toward the upside. Also finished wave A here as a W, X, and a Y, because you have 3 waves up here. And you have another 3 waves down for wave B. The same as for Rndr, nothing different. Wave W or a wave A, wave B or a wave X in triangle, and we're looking for a wave C toward the downside. Highest possibility is an ABC. The wave C is unfolding here also as a potential diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need the minimum requirement time, FIB time here, to reach a balance, of course, between the W, the X, and the wave Y, or the A, B, and a C. Minimum requirement is in May, I would say, as time, or April and around it, and then of course pushing for higher from there. So yeah, the time is gonna be a little bit killful right now for the crypto market. It might still, of course, get some more pain right now. Now, there is a possibility as well for a W, an X, and a wave Y to finish, of course, at the 1-to-1 fib level, where you have a wave Y has to finish, of course, as zigzag, as a 1-2, 1-2 here, wave 3, 4, and a 5, a 4, and a 5, to reach, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level exactly at $0.13. 1, 2, and then of course another wave 1 here, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3 in the magenta, 4 and a 5 in the magenta to finish a wave C and a wave Y as well. Yeah, so yeah, still more pain, of course, as well for FET. We are not yet ready, of course, to push for higher, guys. The final one that we have here is Injective. For Injective as well, we are looking at the all-time history first. Let me push this one. So we have double 1, 2 potentially, and of course wave 2 unfolding in the perfect fib levels. But of course, yeah, because it's a very long one, it is very likely that wave A here is finished and a large wave B unfolding, and then we're looking for a wave C toward the upside. This wave B is unfolding as a wave ABC or a W, X, and a Y. So far, Injective took the wick even and still showing even weakness. It's not yet satisfied by this low. I don't know what's going on with the market here. But yeah, we're still, of course, in an impulse, potentially even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, taking the low. Perfect impulse almost finished. We're still finishing, of course, the final wave 5 there. However, if Injective will still wait for the time here, it can be, of course, something else also unfolding for a longer wave 5, meaning ending diagonal here, that it might take time until the 0.618 as well, aligning with all the coins and then pushing toward the upside. If we dive inside it on the 2 hours chart here, we can see also that this drop is still unfinished, since we have here potentially double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4 and a 5 still unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And as I mentioned, the ending diagonal or another wave 4 and a 5 might be a formation there for something bigger. Yeah, so meaning this can turn also as an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, once we finish 1, 2, 3 here, we still need a one leg. I'm gonna explain it 15-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 still can be possible. Internally, to finish, of course, this final impulse anyway, we still in a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 4 and a 5 still unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So one more low, of course, here to take the low for Injective. And of course, we're still pushing impulsively toward the downside. I would say, yeah, simply taking the low right now. This is how the crypto market is gonna work right now. Simply taking the lows, yeah, taking the low, going corrective, taking the low, and going corrective again until we reach the time. Of course, guys, required because yeah, this is how it works. It's about time and of course about fib levels in price as well. So what I'm looking for still internally here, a potential, of course, a wave 1, 2 here unfolding, 3, 4, and a 5 still to finish, of course, as this impulse there, yeah, to take the low for Injective. And of course, internally, we have finished all of them as a corrective here wave on the 15-minute chart. And even this can be considered kind of like a W, X, and a wave Y, and then we push lower there. Okay, so because you have finished truncation here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 waves phase to take the high, truncation, weakness, boom, we push for lower again. Unfortunately. Yep, so that was it for Rndr, FET, and Injective. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.